Folks, y'all see the title of this here. Now, I'm gotta be careful with my words because I actually feel for this Marine. And there's no such thing as former Marines. They're Marines. Once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine, okay? And I wish nothing but the best for this Marine. But San Antonio, like I'm telling you, I used to live. San Antonio has went deep blue. San Antonio is a sanctuary city without labeling itself a sanctuary city. Okay? They do not keep illegals. The only way they really jack with an illegal is if he like clap at a cop or something like that. Then that, but you as the public minding your business, as far as they concerned, man, they could give a flip. But now you have a family. Now this man's injured, but I'm gonna let the people talk. And I'm going to let you see what's going on in the bubble city, because that's what we call it, because San Antonio, prior to the internet and all this other stuff, we always called it the bubble city, because what happened in San Antonio stayed in San Antonio. It stayed inside the bubble. And if people actually looked at the crime statistics of the San Antonio, they go, holy crap. I had no idea. Yeah, because nobody talks about it outside of San Antonio. We just don't. But this story, now, News for San Antonio is a left. Now, they ain't as left as KSAT 12 News, but they trying to catch them. If the New York Post wouldn't be doing a puff piece on this, they wouldn't have said nothing. This happened the only reason that they playing catch up. They knew it happened, but since the Post made it a national story, now the local leftist San Antonio machine is acting like they really give a flip about this Marine. They don't. And or really want something to happen to this illegal. They don't. San Antonio is pretty much ran by Hispanics now. When I first moved to San Antonio, mayors, city council, all the big business, I mean, you can say what you want, but they were ran by predominantly white people. Now, sheriff, chief, city council, the board, NEOSA. Some people say NIOSA, but I say NEOSA. But anyway, if you live here, you know what the hell. If you live there, because y'all know I'm east of there now, about an hour. But I go there all the time because I got business there. But if you know, you know. But anyway, enough with my perfunctory. Let me go ahead and run this. You got two pieces. This one's, as you see, 2 minutes and 53 seconds. And then the follow-up to this paralyzed Marine veteran is 1 minute and 47 seconds. So let's go ahead and roll them.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Mandy Noel. Jonathan is off tonight. We begin with a San Antonio family blasting the Bexar County District Attorney's Office stemming from a shooting on May 4th at the El Patio Bar along Frio City Road on the west side. The man accused in the shooting came into the country illegally. He was arrested multiple times, but despite all of that, he was not in custody and is only under house arrest right now. The victim's family.
That's because Bexar County, Bexar, but it's pronounced bear like grizzly bear. Bexar County, they don't stuff like this. Nah, they ain't gonna keep you in there. If you a certain person, certain background, certain lineage, it is what it is. Ask anybody from San Antonio. I don't care what race they are. They can verify what I just said.
Accuses the DA's office of not doing more to protect this Marine veteran who's been hospitalized and can't even speak tonight. News 4 San Antonio.
He's actually paralyzed, folks. He's actually paralyzed. And no, they ain't going to do nothing. They ain't going to do nothing.
Stephanie Escobar has more on a story you'll see only on 4.
The man accused of shooting Jimmy is an undocumented immigrant. I pulled up his court records, and he had been booked to the Bexar County Jail at least 3 times since 2020, but he was never put on an immigration hold.
And they told me the extent of the injury.
That's because San Antonio already said that they're not putting any illegals on immigration hold. They are not holding anybody for ICE for Tom Holman and Orange Man Bad to send their folks to pick them up. They don't care. They've said it. You can do all the internet searching you want. They don't care. They said they're not gonna do it, even if it means its own citizens getting clapped by illegals, multiple times arrested and deported illegal. They don't care about you. But people still in San Antonio vote for these leftist liberals, but then when it bite them in their ass, they want the same liberals that's letting illegals run ripshod, asking them, why don't they do something?
Or what had happened. I just felt lost, hurt, empty, scared.
Evangelina Bourgeon is the sister of 44-year-old Jimmy Friesian-Hahn and says May 4th she received a call that has permanently changed their lives. Jimmy was working security at El Patio Sports Bar on the southeast side when a man tried entering with a gun.
And so they got in a struggle, and he fired the weapon at my brother.
Bourgeon is talking about 29-year-old Wilmer Vladimir Ortega Ruiz, an undocumented immigrant who she says shouldn't have been free because he has a criminal history and has been arrested multiple times.
Someone seriously failed at their job. To not think twice about issuing another bond and a bond.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I know that's your brother and whatnot. This isn't nothing new. Someone is seriously failed at their job. Most people don't get involved until the missile hits their house. And then that's when people start looking around saying, somebody do something. How did we get here? You know the answer. You know the answer, but you're still reaching. You know the answer. This is nothing new.
I'm so low.
Bourgeon is blaming the Bexar County District Attorney's Office. I reached out to them to ask why Ortega Ruiz had not been previously put on an immigration hold. The DA's office did not answer my question, but sent a statement saying, since May 4, 2025, Mr. Ruiz Ortega has been.
And here's the thing. This news chick talking head, they know, look, the sheriff of Bexar County went and to the DNC thing and campaigned up there for Cammy Cam. Remember? He done it in uniform. He done it in uniform. He told them I keep saying R like I still freaking live there. I need to cut that shit out. The sheriff told the world that he would not hold anyone for ICE to come pick up. Now, if my lowly little tow truck driving, impound yard running ass know that, and I'm 2 counties to the east, you know it because you're right there. Y'all seen it. Y'all covered it. The video, look, his speech was on every TV channel in San Antonio, a.k.a. Flat Biscuit, Texas. So this senorita, she fucking know, but she got to read the script. I'm telling y'all, News 4 is trying to catch up on the liberal doublespeak with Case at 12.
In custody under an immigration hold. Our office has been in direct communication with the victim's family, and we are committed to keeping them informed as the case progresses. Bourgeon says no answer will help Jimmy's recovery.
His future is completely altered. He's paralyzed. He's got some shoulder movement and some bicep, no forearm or hand movement.
It spokesperson with the Bexar County District Attorney's Office tells me because the case is ongoing, they can't make any further comments.
As hot as it is, she wearing a damn sweater. It's hot in this mofo right now. Hot. Okay? But hey, I guess.
According to the court documents I pulled, a judge had granted Ortega Ruiz.
I can't tell y'all how many times I've been in that goddamn building behind her.
House arrest shortly after the shooting, but he hasn't been released.
Now think about it. House arrest. You're an illegal alien. You're an illegal alien. Multiple arrests. Got a gun. You know, so you don't legally have a gun because you're not legally supposed to be here. And you've been arrested and deported before. So you're an illegal alien with an illegal gun and you shoot a security guard of a place you're trying to go in, Marine veteran, twice. And they give you house arrest. House arrest. Let that one sink in so you know what the flip you dealing with here. I already know. I've known years ago. That's why back in the day, me and Irv C1 was like, man, we got to get out of here. He went further out than I did. He went way further. He like, F y'all. Oh, boy.
Yet, reporting from downtown, Stephanie Escobar, News 4, San Antonio.
San Antonio is...
No. Okay, let's go ahead and get the next piece here, and then I can get you guys and gals up out of here. Okay, now here's a follow-up because the original Puff piece was from the 4th of last month. Okay, this is a new update of what's happening, Captain. All right.
That is months now in the making. A local Marine veteran is still recovering after investigators say that he was shot outside of a local bar by an illegal immigrant last month.
News 4 San Antonio's Christina DeLeon joins us now.
Again, I know they reading the script saying he's recovering. He's not recovering. He's actually getting worse.
With how the story is now getting national attention. Good morning, Christina.
Well, San Antonio police arrested a suspect in connection to a shooting at a sports bar that seriously injured a security guard. Let's go to the video here. The shooting happened back on May 4th outside El Patio Sports Bar on the city's west side of town. That's where 44-year-old Jimmy Friesenhan was a security guard. Investigators say Friesenhan, a Marine Corps veteran, found a gun inside 29-year-old Wilmer Valdemar Ortega Ruiz's pocket when he tried to enter that bar. The two got into a struggle over that gun, and according to police, Ortiz shot Friesenhan twice in his bulletproof vest and once in the neck. He remains in the hospital with a complete spinal injury along with a ruptured esophagus and vocal cords. Ortega has been identified as having illegally entered the U.S. and had a detainer placed on him by ICE. On Sunday, the story gaining national attention, appearing.
But the sheriff and chief of police, they said that ICE can make all the detainers they want. They've already said that they will not hold anybody for ICE to pick up. They've said it multiple times.
In the New York Post, in an article that the Post reported, Ortiz had previously been arrested and released 4 different times. In that story, Friesenhan's family states that he had undergone 6 surgeries and is clinging to life and that the prognosis has worsened. The family also goes on record.
The prognosis is worsened. Then skip back to what you said a minute ago, lady. No, well, not you, actually. That was the dude, the male talking head before that led you in.
In the Post saying that Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez is just not doing enough on the case for political reasons. Ortega had been charged with aggravated assault and remains in custody with a bond set.
For political reasons. Y'all want me to break that down for you? For political reasons. Orange man bad. Illegal's good. Orange man bad. Screw the orange man. There you go. We team blue, your team purple. He talked team red, but technically he's team purple. But anyway, yeah, for political reasons. How many times I always tell y'all, ideology trumps race. Ideology trumps truth. Ideology trumps righteousness when you're dealing with those people. I don't know how many times I got to say it, but it's constantly on display for you to see.
$200,000. We'll, of course, continue to stay on top of this story and let you know more. Set at $200,000. Well, of course, Gonzalez is just not doing enough on the case for political reasons. Ortega had been charged with aggravated assault and remains in custody with a bond set at $200,000. We'll, of course, continue to stay on top of this story and let you know more details as we get them on air and online. I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
A follow-up that is...
Okay. Any questions? Anybody? If you still ain't figured this out, what a lot of us figured out over 20 years ago, I can't help you. I really can't. I can't. I'm pull a David Carroll on you about drinking the water. Look, I can't, sooner or later, you got to bend down, scoop up some of that water and drink it yourself. I can't drink it for you. I can't. I won't. Besides, even if I did, it wouldn't do you any good. It wouldn't benefit you none. You got to drink it yourself. It is what it is.